What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. So I didn't actually want to talk about Buhari this week, but the man keeps getting on my radar.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them haven't been to school.
Father.
Claiming, that Nigeria has been an oil-producing country, therefore they should sit and do nothing, get housing, healthcare, education free.
Seriously, Mr. President, for once, you cannot acknowledge that Nigerians are hardworking, that we are creative, that we find a way to survive despite the failure of our leaders, including you.
It's like the president has a congenital desire to be liked whenever he's outside the country, and he has a way of throwing Nigerians under the bus, and that is not acceptable at all.
Haba, Nigerians are highly educated. You will find us all over the world getting good education. For real, my people, how many of you are getting free health care from the Nigerian government? Please let me know.
Is it laziness? Am I lazy? See the way I am, with 3 children, single mother, sadly since 5:30 in the morning, inside the rain. And after he said we are lazy.
It's very sad that we only hear from our president when he's outside the country. Either he's saying that women belong in the kitchen or young people are lazy. Why must you always say something ridiculous? Meanwhile, his generation was the one that got free education and easy jobs. In fact, they had jobs waiting for them before they were done with school, only for them to destroy the country. For our generation, look at medical students at the University of Ibadan. They recently increased their school fees by 100,000 naira. And when these students asked the school authority to justify the increase, just tell us why you are increasing the school fees. Can you imagine what they did? They sent them packing.
These are students of the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, sitting down at 6 p.m. after being thrown out of their hostels, Alexander Brown Hall, since about 12:30 p.m. today, because they intellectually challenged the school authority with facts and figures why they have to pay 100,000 naira increase in their fees.
Having clearly stated to the school authority that we have no place to go, they chased us away with a security unit, and we had to march out to University of Ibadan East Gate, and we're there for 8 hours. Most of our parents, they don't know what we are passing through presently.
You see what I'm saying? This is how they treat young people in Nigeria. And if young people want to get in politics, they will say they are too young, they have no experience.
The security, we have done quite well.
You don't mean it. He said that. But seriously, what are they giving this man in London? Can you imagine? Dozens of armed robbers invaded 5 banks in Offa, that is in Kwara State, last week. The government said that 30 people were killed. Eyewitnesses said it's up to 100 people that were killed. The robbery lasted for hours. They got away with millions of naira. They killed so many bank workers. They killed so many customers. They killed security guards and policemen. Last month, 37 people were killed in Zamfara State, and 26 people have been killed this month in the same state of Zamfara. People are afraid. If it's not Boko Haram, it is Fulani herdsmen. If it's not the herdsmen, it's armed robbers. If it's not armed robbers, it's kidnappers. If it's not kidnappers, it's ritualists. Look at that pastor that killed a church member in Ogun State and buried her in his church. There is no security in Nigeria. So what is the man talking about in London? It baffles me that the Nigerian government is yet to put 2 and 2 together. Like he said in London, more than 60% of our population is below the age of 30. Do you know we have millions of graduates who have no job? Meanwhile, our government is celebrating big people that are stealing millions and billions of naira, meant to create jobs, meant to fix our education, meant to fix our roads and provide basic amenities. They are busy celebrating themselves for stealing the money that is meant to better the lives of the common people. A lot of young people now have a mindset that if you want to make it in life, you have to be corrupt. Either you steal money by virtue of your job or you take it by force, even if it means to kill somebody. And please know that I'm not making excuses for the robbers in Offa. I'm just thinking of how we can prevent such from happening again, because this is not the first time that this is happening. Young people are now robbing banks, and a lot of them are graduates. And every time that this happens, we would mourn, and then we would pray that it doesn't happen again, and then we would move on. But the truth of the matter is, if we don't do something about the unemployment rate in Nigeria, all these young people that are out there frustrated, millions of them that don't have the fear of God, what do you think that they will be doing? If we don't stop celebrating criminals in power, we are just deceiving ourselves. We know the governors that are owing civil servants several months' salaries, despite the fact that they received bailout fund from the president. We also know that our senators are buying fancy cars, flaunting them on the internet. We know all these things, but when we see them, we still honor them. No be so. What message are we passing to young people? One of the officers killed in Offa was supposed to retire next year. That is Officer Ayesami. His son said that no police or government official has visited them, not to talk about taking care of them since their father was killed.
There's no how we are going to survive in this family right now. Since my father was dead now, we didn't have anyone police inside this our room that came to check us or anything, or anybody from federal government. We have no 1 naira to survive here in this house. We have nothing.
But you know something else that he said that scared me?
All our benefits with them, they should just try to give us as soon as possible, or else if they want the children to turn to another thing on street again.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what he's saying, but the message that I got is that if you don't want us to become criminals, take care of us.
Suddenly, there is noise at the entrance of a Senate chamber, taking lawmakers by surprise.
Wait, what is that?
As lawmakers try to understand the cause of the noise, some unidentified men walk into the Senate chamber.
You mean it? Nigerians have taken their protest to the Senate. They invaded the Senate. They stopped the proceedings and they stole the mess. I'm very happy to see that Nigerians are waking up. Wait, what? Those were not protesters. What do you mean? Those were thugs hired by a senator that was suspended from the Senate. But why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say something? Get out. Never mind, my people. I actually thought that because of the recent killings that Nigerians got tired and they went to the Senate to say enough is enough. That's what I thought was happening right there. Anyway.
Gaddafi, he recruited a lot of people from the Sahel. The opposition got rid of Gaddafi after 43 years. They knew them, they collected those they can collect, eliminated them. The rest escaped, some with their weapons. And we had to face some of them.
Wait, stop. What's going on? Mr. President, the herdsmen killing people. So they are mercenaries trained by the late Gaddafi in Libya. So this video was released in January, but he said the same thing again when he got to London.
In London, the President of Nigeria said that these killings were as a result of the people who were trained by the late Muammar Gaddafi.
Wow, this is worse than I thought. I thought your defense minister said that it's the anti-grazing law that is responsible. So now it is people from Libya that are invading Nigeria.
When a commander-in-chief says that he cannot take care of invaders invading Nigeria, why is he still a commander-in-chief? He is totally incompetent.
Thank you, sir. You know, you're that from you, Jay. Okay, Buhari, seriously, I think it's time for the man to rest and play with his grandchildren. You know, too well, Buhari, he will see you later. Guess what? I'm just keeping it true.